What is going on, my disc golfers? Welcome back to IceBerg TV News, and today we have a couple things to go over. The first piece of news I would like to go over is that Paul McBeth is no longer in a full boot. He has downgraded to an ankle brace. He just put this video up earlier today, about 9 hours ago. This is him throwing his Zeus. It's the first backhand we've seen from Paul since his injury, and I'll let you take a look, and then I'll kind of go over my opinions on this video.
How'd that feel?
Fine. It's just tight because like the brace.
Oh, that's right. You do have a brace on. How'd that feel?
So if we have a look at this throw, it's Paul McBeth throwing a pretty big hyzer. So it looks like he's got a lot of power still. He looks a bit stiff, especially in his lower body, and it didn't look like he was able to fully rotate on that right foot. It could be partially just remnants of the injury, and then it could also be partially due to him wearing an ankle brace. Obviously, the whole point of the brace is to limit the range of motion to prevent further injury of that joint. So his recovery process is looking good. Hopefully he doesn't overdo it. I'm sure he's really excited to get throwing at a high level again. So here we see him not in the brace. He may still wear the boot, but he was just, you know, taking it off and putting the brace on to see how it's feeling, just to test it out. So Paul McBeth's looking good. Another thing I wanted to touch on as far as Paul McBeth before we go on to the next topic. Paul McBeth and Brodie made a video where Brodie was doing all the drives and the upshots and Paul was doing all the putts. This is a really cool video. They were dominating the course. They actually shot a really hot score, and this is part of the reason why.
Paul now on the tee box. I'm behind the camera now. He's claiming this is a putt from 120 feet. Hannah's all the way down there filming. Because when Paul's putting, guys, you never know. Oh my gosh, let's go!
I think we're doing it.
Oh my gosh, that was absolutely disgusting.
I might just wear this all the time, Brodie.
The Dora the Explorer backpack, guys. Pick it up at...
So with that ace, they actually were able to shoot, I think, 10 under through the first 9 holes. So that was extremely impressive, and Paul McBeth is still just doing incredible things in a boot. There's a reason he's the best player in the world. He's able to just create things like that regardless of the situation he's in. He's able to sort of fight through the adversity and still make amazing things happen, which is part of the reason that he is the amazing player that he is. So definitely go check that video out. It's on Brodie Smith's channel. That was a fun video to watch for sure. And as far as Brodie's progress, his form, posture, and technique while he's throwing is still a touch janky as far as his drives. His putt looks decent, but I think this is a perfect example of where Brodie Smith's game is going to shine. It's when he's in an opportunity where he can utilize his athleticism to do things that other players may not do. So he came up short and right and had a low ceiling, and it was a good opportunity to see what he can do. He's like 6'5", so he has a ton of length and he has athleticism to back it. That's going to allow him to do things that not all other players are able to do, and this is a good example of that right here.
All right, we are off to the races. All right, we are off to the races.
So aside from standing up like a 75-year-old man, I'm just going to blame that on some old ultimate injuries that he's still working on rehabbing, and I'm sure getting into disc golf and not throwing with the full proper technique, I'm sure those old injuries are flaring up. But once he has proper technique, he'll be able to evade those injuries and soreness and sore muscles a lot more than he is right now. So we're just going to sort of sweep that under the rug, and we're going to keep an eye and focus on the good stuff. So clearly he's got the athleticism and the length to do a lot of things that other disc golfers aren't able to do. And I think this is something that we're going to see a lot. So he's going to use that athleticism and that touch to do very hard to do upshots, he's going to be able to make them look very easy, and then he's going to be able to back it up with skills and putts and maneuvers like that. So moving on from Paul McBeth and Brodie Smith, I want to show some love to Kastaplast. So Kastaplast is a brand that I'm a big fan of. I like what they do, and I like what they're all about. They take their time when they come out with new molds, and every time they come out with a new mold, they've done it right. They make very good putters, mid-ranges, fairway drivers, and drivers. They have a full lineup, but in my mind, they were missing this slot right here. So they have an understable fairway driver called the Falk, and then they have an overstable driver called the Stall. Now they have the Lots. So the Lots is gonna fulfill that slot between those two discs. It has the flight numbers of 9, 5, -1, 2. So it's got a little bit of a turn on it, and then a strong fade at the end. So I'll actually be reviewing this disc on my channel. I ordered 2 of them from the local disc shop here in Australia, and I should have my hands on them tomorrow. So I hope to get the drone out and make a proper review video of the Kastaplast Lots. So if you want to see that and you're not already subscribed, definitely subscribe to IceBerg TV to see that. Now, one other thing about Kastaplast, I would try and pick one of these up soon if you're interested, because this really nice mint green color is how they signify their first runs. These first runs always build up in value. So if you're into buying and reselling discs, if you buy these and then just set them on the shelf for a while, people go crazy for these mint green discs. Not only do people go crazy for them, but they look really nice. So as far as Kastaplast goes, I'm really excited to review this disc, and I'm excited to get my hands on it. To me, it looks like it's sort of it's kind of got the bottom of like a T-bird, but a little bit domey top of like a Sidewinder. So it's going to have that fast feel in the hand, but it's going to have a nice turn to it and then a very strong fade. So I think this will be a disc that can actually handle backhand and forehand power. So again, looking forward to seeing that. Go check out Kastaplast for sure. The final thing that I want to talk about is going to be Drew Gibson and his Gibson Industries company. So he's sponsored by Infinite Discs now, so he has the capabilities of throwing an open bag. He's no longer Innova exclusive. So he's doing all these review videos of all these different discs, which is really nice. He's also looks like he's trying to build up his YouTube channel. So good luck to Drew Gibson. Go back to IceBerg TV here, the best channel on YouTube. Fantastic. So we're doing really well, guys. We've been seeing a lot of growth on this channel, and I appreciate the support more than anything. Definitely continue to be subscribed if you're not already subscribed. You can go have a look at some of my other videos. I've been coming out with heaps of content. Thank you for watching, and take care.
Water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Oh. I hate disc golf.